A real estate developer bought the London Bridge from the City of London, dismantled it stone by stone, sent it across the Atlantic Ocean, and rebuilt it through a trench he dug himself in the middle of the Arizona desert. He thought he was buying Tavira Bridge, famous for its towers. He didn't buy. He got the wrong bridge. He built it anyway. The bridge still stands in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. And the man made a fortune. Arizona has always rewarded people who see value where others don't bother to look. That's exactly what today's list is about. We're counting down from number 10 to number 1, from minus $255,000 to $17,999. Look at a magnificent house built on land protected by the government. There, the great lava cliffs fill the horizon. A horse farm in the Mohave Desert that has just been put on the market. A house with a round design near the Mexican border, where the gray water from the kitchen irrigates the garden and the properties. The name of the annual tax bill will make you check the number twice. Let, quote, S get into it. February 38, Dona in front of government lands, a covered deck looking west, the grand washing cliffs stretching beyond the horizon, and not even a building between you and them because no one can ever build there. This is a 2014 show-built home. 2-bedroom, 2-bath and fascia, 1,356 square feet. The bedrooms are located at opposite ends of the house, each with its own attached bathroom. The design decision that becomes a 2-bedroom house for something that really suits 2 people. The kitchen has a breakfast bar, a huge pantry, and a dining area. Exposed, beamed ceilings run the length of the main living area, and large windows draw in light from multiple directions. The house comes furnished with all the appliances included: washing machine, dryer, refrigerator, walls, and a new air conditioning unit in the wall. Now that you've stepped outside, you'll find a carport at curb height, a refrigerator, ceilings, and a new air conditioning unit in the wall. Now that you're outside, you'll find a car park with a 50-amp connection and a waste disposal station, attached 2-car garage with workshop area, pump shed, service shed, partial fence, and double entry gates. The large balcony has a separate seating area facing west. That's where you'll be at the end of the day. A separate sitting area facing west. That's where you'll be at the end of the day. Knopf, Me, is located on the Alfie Plateau at an altitude of 1,002 meters, 102 miles from Kingman and 2 hours from Las Vegas. Here, John Wesley Powell completed his first expedition through the Grand Canyon, and his remaining crew were on the Colorado River for 99 days. When they finally emerged, they reached the Grand Wash Cliffs, the same cliffs visible from this property. 3 of his men had already retired, gone to the desert, and were never seen again. Powell wrote that he felt safe for the first time in 3 months. Lake Mead's South Bay is 20 minutes down Pierce Ferry Road. Grand Canyon West is a short drive east. The Muio Citizens Association operates $100 a year and maintains a pool, tennis courts, mini golf, and miniature golf. So what you really get here is a house built on government land from 2014 with a view of protected government lands, a workshop, full connection to Coran, and community services for $100 a year. Annual taxes are $896, and the asking price for this property is $255,000. The next property lowers the price and takes us to the Mohave Desert, where 3 dunas were set up from scratch to live life on their own terms. A fenced backyard for horses, a separate enclosed area for smaller animals, mature shade trees with sprinklers that keep the outdoor areas livable in the Arizona heat, and an enclosed back Arizona room to store gear. Includes bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 1241 feet on 1 floor. The kitchen has Quran countertops and breakfast nooks with an open layout that flows naturally into the living and dining areas. Value flooring runs through the kitchen and main living spaces. The master bedroom spans the entire back of the house and has an adjoining bathroom with a double sink and shower. The guest bathroom was fully renovated in 2023. The heating and air system was replaced in 2018. When the sellers update the systems instead of the stage, it means what it is. Something about the actual maintenance of the house. Now, when you go outside, the 3-dunum area has an agricultural residential zoning. A functional security system is already in place, a Jewish fenced field directly behind, separate enclosed enclosure for smaller animals, and the Rezona room along the back wall where the equipment stays away from the desert sun. There are caravan connections, 2 storage sheds and space for vehicles, trailers, and dessert equipment without overloading the yard. Attached garage for 2 cars with door opener Golden Valley sits in Mohave County, about 20 minutes east of Kingman. Kingman is where Route 66 runs its longest uninterrupted stretch anywhere in the state. The same road that led families from the Dust Bowl region to the west in the 1930s, who received his own poem Beat Minus 1946. And people still drive it today specifically to say they drove it. Laughlin, Nevada is less than an hour west. The Nevada border is even closer. So what you really get here is more than 3 dunums of residential agricultural land, a functional horse system, updated systems, and a property that went on the market 4 days before filming. Annual taxes $583. No wow, and the asking price for this property is $249,900. The next lowers the price again and takes us to the opposite corner of Arizona, Cochise County, near the Mexican border, where a house was designed around a principle most contractors never consider. Mature vines along the fence line, a tombstone rose climbing the wall, a decorated chicken coop that clearly had real planning behind it, and that's all, a house built in a circle. Not because circles are fantastic, but because the person who designed it believed that the shape of a room changes the way you feel inside it. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,250 feet minus 1,250 feet. The house was built in 2004. The floor plan is circular. It is described as weatherproof, and a piece of calm was built for me. Inside, the hollowed-out walls eliminate hard corners. The rooms flow into each other in a more natural way than a rectangular layout allows, and natural light enters from multiple angles as the orientation of the house changes around the perimeter. There is also an Arizona-style room measuring minus 240 feet, a spoon minus 72 meters, which can become a 3rd bedroom, a studio, an office, or anything else the space needs to be. Wood flooring, wall-to-wall carpets, and rugs throughout the house. The gray water from the house drains directly into the garden. Portable air conditioning units and air conditioning with windows are included in the price. Now, stepping outside, the property spans 2.28 acres, 28 acres, across 5 separate tax codes, a circular driveway, multiple access points, and room, depending on the area, to add a thicket, grove, arena, or additional structure. Desert gardens, patios, mature trees, 2 sheds, 1 with an attic. Douglas sits on the Sonora border of Arizona in Cochise County, about 100 miles southeast of Tucson. The Gadstone Hotel in the city center has been in business since 1907 with Chatelka columns and a hand-painted Tiffany glass mural in the lobby. During the Mexican Revolution, it was one of the only places where American businessmen and Mexican revolutionary leaders could sit in the same room. The hotel is still open today. Mexican revolutionary mages could sit in the same room. The hotel is still open today. The property is eligible for FHA, Virginia, USDA, and conventional financing. So what you're really getting here is 4 acres in southern Arizona with a roundhouse design, a gray water garden system, mature vines, landscaped lawns, and room for expansion in multiple directions. A well-designed slot machine and room for expansion in multiple directions. Annual taxes are $800, and the asking price for this property is $212,000. Next leaves us in Cochise County, but this time, the number that matters is 4. 9 acres. And the question worth asking is why no one has sunk this area in over 650 days. 4.9 dunums in the Sulphur Springs Valley. Fenced and fenced dragon knots fill the northern hip line. A 2-car garage, a multi-room office, and an adjoining study. A flat area in a valley surrounded by mountainous terrain and property for sale over 650 days. The home is a 1981 two-bedroom manufactured home with 1,200 square feet on 1 floor. The kitchen is original, painted cabinets, tiled work surfaces, and electric stoves, functional and complete. The living area opens to the dining room with north-facing windows directly overlooking the Dragon Mountains. Both bedrooms are standard size with original en suites, the type of space that works as it is and has room for the buyer's personal improvements. A laundry room off the kitchen and a pantry add to the practicality of manufactured homes at this price point and are almost advanced and do not include. In addition, There is the multi-room office and the study adjacent to the two-car garage, a separate work. Space with its own rooms accessible from inside the house, which can be used as a business office, creative studio, or editorial suite, depends on what you need from the property. Well shared with conventional septic sewers. The old picture, the house is functional, not unusual. What is amazing is everything around. Now, when you go outside, the pitch is flat, which is significantly important in a mountain valley where most of the land is sloping. A two-car garage is attached to the front with a multi-room office accessible both from inside the house and directly from the parking lot. The fence is up, the gate is in place, and there is also a parking lot on the property. The Dragon Mountains visible from this property is where Cochise, chief of the Chiricahua Apache tribe, held Mazo for 11 years against the entire United States Army. He was never beaten, never defeated. He eventually campaigned for peace on his own terms in 1872. When he died 2 years later, his warriors buried him somewhere in these mountains. The exact location has never been found. The town bears his name, with cash or conventional financing only. NFHA. So, what you're really getting here is nearly 5 acres in a mountainous valley in southeastern Arizona, flat areas, built-in office space, and a tax bill that most people spend on one dinner. Annual taxes from $40, and the price of the requested property is $199,000. The next property lowers the price house minus $10,000. Going back to Golden and Lee and giving you something that the previous property didn't: a renovated interior, a kit house that is fully functional on its own, and an outdoor kitchen behind an electric gate, electric entry gate, large yard behind it, enclosed patio with outdoor kitchen and full bathroom, and a guest house, its own living area, its own kitchenette, its own full bathroom with shower, its own mini split room, completely separate from the main house. The main house is a renovated double bedroom, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 960 square feet. The renovation destroys almost everything. Newer flooring, fresh paint, upgraded kitchen finishes, newer air conditioning and heating, new ceiling joists, new bathrooms and plumbing, upgraded lighting, all appliances included. The master bedroom is at one end of the layout, with the en-suite master bathroom still here as part of the same renovation package. The second bedroom is located at the other end, with the second bathroom between them, providing a natural separation for each room. This is not a partial update. Who has gone through everything? Now, when you go outside, the property is completely fenced with a 2,500-gallon fresh water storage tank in a Jewish pump house and additional storage throughout the house. The closed patio behind the yard includes a built-in outdoor kitchen, covered and equipped for actual use, with a full bathroom next to it, so editors using the kit house or patio never have to access the main house. The evaluation house operates independently with its own system, its own entrance, its own space. Editors come and go without disturbing you. The property is located in the Golden Mohave Estate neighborhood at the foot of the Black Mountains. Less than 20 minutes south is the ghost town of Othman, where piglets still march down the main street. They are descendants of the beasts of burden used by the gold rushers and then released when the mines ran out in the 1940s. No one collected them. They stayed. The city is feeding them now. This is one of the strangest things you can see from a car window in the American desert, and it is 20 minutes from this property. Las Vegas is 90 minutes north. Bullhead City in Laughlin is less than an hour west. So what you're really getting here is a renovated desert home with a fully self-contained kit house, outdoor kitchen, electric gate, and fresh water storage system on a 1-dunum area in Mohave. Annual taxes $91. $91 per year with no management fees, and the asking price for this property is $189,000. There are 5 left. Prices start to drop faster from here. Number 5 returned to his senses. Stick-built, solar-powered, and dessert-ready in a way that most properties at this price are not. A stick-built house on an area of 1.4 dunums. A solar system with battery backup that is already working and can be discounted. A 2,000-gallon water tank and a trailer for the water haul are included in the price because the manager plans your water system before planning anything else. The house was built in 1988. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 390 meters on 1 floor. There is a mudroom at the entrance of the practical kind built for someone who uses the land to move. The kitchen opens to the main living room with laminate surfaces and electric stoves. The 2 bedrooms share the same end of the house with the bathroom between them. South-facing windows in the living area let in afternoon light all year round, which works naturally alongside the solar system that works above. Air conditioning system less than 2 years old. Washing machine, dryer, fridge, and freezer included. Laminate flooring throughout the house. The main part, 1 room facing a 2-bedroom house. He is the only limitation here, and you should know that in advance. Now, going outside, the property is fully fenced with storage and workshop areas are included. Solar system. With battery backup is discounted. The buyer enters into the existing agreement. Do not renew. Roof metal suitable for desert eases. This property is located near Pierce Ferry Shaking, end -20 minutes Lake Cove travels. Lake Hemi contains enough water to flood the entire state of New York to a depth of 30 centimeters. When the drought lowered the water level in 2022, it exposed parts of the lake bed that had not been above water since the trade was built in the 1930s. Ruins of communities that were flooded when the reservoir filled, some still intact under the sediment. Grand Canyon West is a short drive east. USDA, FHA, Virginia, and conventional financing are all accepted. So what you're really getting here is a self-contained array of speakers. Stick-built, solar-powered with battery backup, independent of water on a fully fenced 1W-4 acre lot with a view of large wash cliffs for less than $150 K. Annual tax is $458. No, wow. And the asking price for this property is $149,000. Number 4 takes us to the county of Leased, a mountain called Salome. There, whoever built a winter retreat with a casita, a cactus garden, fire pit, and the largest indoor area of any other home in today's video. Corner lot with cactus garden, sitting area with fire and outside, casita, own living area, her own kitchenette, her own full bathroom with shower, her own mini split. Not a guest room, separate building. Inside the main house, an electric fireplace in the living room, a dining area, an office area, rough walls, premium flooring and laminate throughout the house, and an internal laundry room. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,481 square feet, the largest interior area of any home in today's video. Both the main house and the casita come fully furnished. 2 separate mini-split systems keep each space comfortable on its own schedule. Separate mini-split systems keep each space comfortable on its own schedule. Now, when you go outside, both the front and back porches are covered and can be used throughout the day in the desert heat and not just for decoration. A car park with hookups is on one side of the property, and covered parking is at the main entrance. The cactus garden along the front is deliberately designed. Experience cactus, neck, and native desert seedlings that do not need watering and do not cost money to maintain. The fire pit seating area in the back is intended for actual use with an open desert view beyond the fence line. The workshop in operation is a separate structure from the Hashiton workshop that was built for tools and real work. At Outback, the casita stands completely apart from the main house. Salome is in Lapps County along Highway 60, 2 hours west of Phoenix in the lower Sonoran Desert. Almond Lake State Park is up the road. A reservoir created by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in the 1960s for flood control. The base arrived on its own. Today, Almond Lake is considered one of the least stressed and most productive bass lakes in Arizona, especially since almost no one knows about him. The Arizona Peace Trail, a 400-mile cross-country trail that crosses the entire state without touching a paved road, runs right through this area. So what you really get here is a fully furnished desert retreat with a separate sofa, an outdoor workshop, a manicured corner lot, a fire pit, and the most space in today's video. Warm winter place with access to lake and trails, annual taxes, $477. No wow, and the asking price for this property is $140 K. No hookup, and the asking price for this property is $140,000. There are 3 left. The prices are standing, descend sharply. And number 3 brings us back to me. Time view the last 3 acres, no CC&R, and a view which includes the west bank of the Grand Mall. 3 separate plots of 1 dunam with the house in the middle plot. Views of Grapevine, Massa, Grand Wash Cliffs, and the west bank of the Grand Canyon. Owner-owned solar already running and $300/year property tax. The house is a double-build house from 1987. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1166. 287. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1166. Each bedroom has its own suite, full bathroom attached, so both tenants have real privacy. The open floor plan combines the kitchen to the dining area to the living room in one continuous space, with a propane fireplace in the center of the living area. The kitchen has been updated with new cabinets and countertops. A real improvement over the original without being a complete overhaul. A spacious and glass living room facing the views of the cliffs. It can be used as an office, reading room, or additional living space in the colder months. Wood flooring and values throughout the house. Propane heating and cooling with evaporation. Samuda garden shed in the back. The solar system is owned. The owner is not mentioned, not at the discount. The system was designed to save, at the expense of minimal electricity. Now, when you go outside, the 3 acres do not travel by CC&R regulations. No commitments, no conditions. There are no restrictions. No one tells you what to build, what color to paint it, or what to maintain on your land. The 3 separate lots mean open space on both sides of the house. There is no nearby building that contradicts the view or the silence. Sickness and forgetfulness are included in the price, a property dedicated to horse riding. These Grand Wash Cliffs are where the Colorado Plateau ends and where John Wesley Powell exited the Grand Canyon in 1869 after 99 days on the river. 3 of his men retired before the end, went into the desert, and were never found. In his diary that when the canyon walls finally opened here in the Grand Wash Cliffs, he knew the hardest part was behind him. This property has been listed for sale since June 2025. VA funding and conventional funding accepted. So what you're really getting here is 3 acres of unlimited high desert land with a view of the Grand Canyon West, owner-owned solar systems, 2 en-suite bedrooms, no CC&R licenses, and access to Lake Mee and Grand Canyon West. Annual taxes are $300 off the hook, and the asking price for this property is $115,000. 2 left. Number 2 is a neighborhood home on the Colorado River, the smallest home in today's video and the cheapest listing. 500 square feet. Built in 1960. A large master bedroom that occupies most of the house. Avoid storage in the back. A mesh fence around. And a list that says exactly what it is. Special offer for a renovator with potential for renovation. Cash only 2 bedrooms. 1 bathroom. The master bedroom is really large, disproportionate to the size of 150 meters, which means the second bedroom is compact. The kitchen and living area share the remaining space in a combined open plan. 1 viewing room with original lighting fixtures. Appliances included, fridge, stove, and microwave. The building is standing, the walls are intact, and what this property needs is work and materials, not foundation restoration. The registration is not excessive, and we wouldn't want to either. For a buyer who can do the work or has a team on a clear budget, the entry price speaks volumes. The house and the neighboring lot are listed separately, which means the right buyer can double the space before the renovation even begins. Now, when you go outside, a 1.2-acre lot is surrounded by a chain-link fence with a storage shed in the back. The lot is flat with established street access and low-maintenance desert vegetation. Access to water is twofold, a private village and a rural water connection, which is important in a desert climate where a single supply line is a single point of failure. The Colorado River corridor is close enough that riparian aspen and sagebrush cover the edges of the neighborhood. Mohave Valley sits along the Colorado River in Mohave County, just across from Fort Mohave on the Nevada side. The Colorado River here was once the main highway of the American Southwest. Steamships transported cargo back and forth along this stretch from the 1850s to the early 20th century and connected the Gulf of California to the silver mines of Nevada. The river has been destroyed so many times, since these trips are no longer possible. But the river is still here. Bold City is right there. Up the road, Las Vegas is 90 minutes north. So whatever you are, really get here is. An entry point for an investor or do-it-yourselfer in the Colorado River, 46.5 square meters, large master bedroom, dual water access, and adjacent lot available if you want to expand the project. Cash-only annual taxes $192. And the price of the requested property is $67,000. 1 property left. 1,214 square meter property left, thin covered balcony, mature trees, and a flat yard. Parking for a car and a storage shed, and an asking price that stops boiling in the middle of scrolling. Known for building affordable homes that actually last 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The floor plan divides 70 square meters into 3 separate areas: living room, dining room, and kitchen. They are all connected but separated, giving the space a more functional definition than a completely open layout. The 2 bedrooms are at the back of the house, away from the street. The kitchen is relatively spacious for its size, with storage cabinets and work areas that match the size. Electric oven and fridge included. Vinyl flooring throughout the home. The covered porch and deck extend along the front of the house, facing a flat yard with mature trees that provide real shade. Parking for a car on one side, storage shed at the back. Tucson is the second largest city in Arizona. The University of Arizona was founded here in 1885, 3 years before Arizona even applied for New Zealand statehood. The territorial legislature chose Tucson for the university as a kind of punishment, because the other towns have already claimed the rights to the prison and the insane asylum. The Tucson representatives saw this as Albin. Today, the university has almost 40,000 students, a nationally recognized medical school, and a research program that contributed to the technology behind the Mars rover. What the legislature sent as a consolation prize became the engine of the city. And here is the compromise you need to hear. This is a vacant land property, your house, but the land under it costs $600 a month in rent. This completely changes the calculations according to your budget. So make sure you check the full details before proceeding further. So what you're really getting here is the lowest entry price in today's video. A 2-bedroom manufactured home within the Tucson community in a city of nearly 1 million people, with a genuine and transparent compromise. And the asking price for this property is $17,999. And this is Arizona. I tell you again. The annual tax on number 7, almost 5 dunams in the district of Cochise, Montagne, and Hughes, a built-in office, is $140. The annual tax on number 6, the renovated Golden Valley house, with a completely independent assessment house, is $91. The annual tax on number 3, 3 acres, Grand Canyon Falls, without CC&R, is $300, and the annual tax on the no. 2 Colorado River Pixar, in the amount of $67,000, is $192. If one of these caught your eye, the qualification is in the description. We have compiled one article on AmericanHomieOpportunities.com, which includes the full list. There you will find Zillow's official qualifications, photos, and a full breakdown of what each property really costs to own beyond the purchase price. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.